Welcome back to the ASUG News Studio. My name is Tom Whalgum, Editorial Director for ASUG News. Delighted to have with us Lawrence Ferguson. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
You are the SAP Global HCM Director for AES Corporation.
That's correct.
Talk to us a little bit first about AES and what you guys do.
Absolutely. AES is a utilities company. We're a multinational Fortune 500 company with operations in 27 countries around the world. Our annual revenues are approximately $17 billion. We own a portfolio of a variety of different power companies, verging from oil, gas, wind, solar, power, things of that nature. Yep.
It's interesting, the global nature of your company comes into play when we're going to talk about this topic, which is a very hot topic, and you're a in-demand man because you've got experience. So your presentation was on integrating SAP HCM with SuccessFactors.
That's correct.
It's all the rage right now in the SAP world, obviously, yesterday. Can you kind of give an overview of the talent management deployment you had and why you guys went that route perhaps in the first place?
Absolutely. Our mission, our goal was to basically leverage our existing ERP platform, the recent SAP deployment that we had done, and leverage that with a cutting edge HCM tool that allowed us to effectively manage our people for our company. Basically what we did is we implemented the compensation management, performance management, and also the people planning development modules of SuccessFactors. And essentially looking to marry the integrated nature of SAP with the flexibility and usability of SuccessFactors and basically get the biggest return on our investment.
So you're global, as you mentioned. Were you a little skeptical at first about SuccessFactors? I got to get this right. Maybe it'll take a look. SuccessFactors, that it could scale up, wherever you guys are at the outset?
Absolutely. So that was one of the criteria that we were looking at when we were picking a software package to integrate with our SAP platform. We were looking at integration capabilities with SAP, because that was obviously a critical success factor. We were also looking at scalability, the ability to easily add additional people as well as functionality to the system. And also in the event that we needed to divest or sell off certain businesses, how easily would that happen? So basically a flexible tool that allowed us to do that. Another criteria that we looked at was reportability and obviously system functionality, the ability to leverage some of the newer type of talent management grids, the Magic Quadrant, things like that.
Did the perhaps non-IT executives need a little convincing about the cloud, that were their concerns, securities? I mean, you guys are in a very regulated, important industry. Were there concerns there from people who maybe didn't know so much about the cloud?
Sure. I mean, and justifiably so. I mean, that's cybersecurity is something that we're all very aware of and take very seriously. And also due to past experiences with other third-party systems, it was a concern. But when we looked at SuccessFactors and we saw the ability for us to control a lot of the end usability and configuration, and as well as when we integrated through systems, we leveraged our XI-PI interface architecture, which basically allows us to send encrypted files. So with that being said, with all those things in thought, we've been pretty pleased with the overall security.
Integration is obviously a huge topic, and when you talk about any SAP, and now at the conference we're hearing about out-of-the-box integration between Success. How big of a chore is it, was for you guys to make sure? I mean, it sounds like it's all working today. I know we talked about that, but was it out of the box or a little bit more than out of the box integration?
Yeah, so we were a little bit ahead of our time, a little bit, which is both good and bad, right? So I think we're a little bit ahead of the game for some of the other customers that are looking to integrate SuccessFactors and HCM. But it also means that we kind of did some of our own custom work. Basically, we leveraged our base personnel administration and organizational management modules within SAP, and basically send that data over to SuccessFactors for purposes of global compensation and performance processing. There are some challenges there with integrating the systems, just from a data integrity standpoint. Also, it's important that our various structures. Sometimes you have to keep them, not sometimes, you have to keep them in sync.
Yep.
From the compensation structures, the grade structures, things of that nature. Also, from a currency valuation perspective, we have some unique requirements around currency valuations, and we had to do some custom setup in SAP. But we had a few challenges, but we did overcome them, and we have a very good working model right now.
Right. Now, when you heard the news that SAP was buying SuccessFactors, I mean, it obviously didn't change anything, but maybe did you think, well, man, we made a great investment here, and this is going to hopefully only get even better. Is that what your thinking was?
Well, yeah. I mean, when we initially heard about it, you know, everyone has their own opinions. You know, in our group, I can't speak for everyone, but I think it's ultimately a positive thing because. I think from the marriage between the companies, I think it's a great relationship, a great partnership, right? Because you have, no one can deny the integration capabilities and the functionality that SAP gives you. One of the challenges with SAP has been in usability, and so when you take a tool like SuccessFactors, it's very intuitive, has a very friendly user interface, has a lot of functionality and is flexible, and you marry that with the power that SAP provides you. I think you have an excellent partnership there, and I think only good things can come of it. I think more standard integration modules and components. That's what we're looking for, and that's one of the things we're expecting.
Has AES as a company, because of the success with SuccessFactors, has it opened up more avenues for cloud? For you guys embracing the cloud? I mean, I know you're focused on HCM, but as a larger picture, has this win kind of been like, wow, this, the cloud stuff really works here?
Absolutely, I think so. I think that once you experience some success, what we want to do is build upon that. And so we've got a successful integration going on right now. Our SuccessFactors hosts our SuccessFactors environment and instance, and it's been working very well so far. We're looking to leverage that existing platform and build even additional modules on that, add additional employees on that. So yeah, we're very hopeful, yes.
All right, my last question for you is what's one or two pieces of advice you would give fellow ASUG members about approaching going into the cloud with SuccessFactors?
Sure. Well, first of all, I would certainly encourage it. I think that there are some initial challenges. You have to just ensure that your base business processes are in sync and are very well defined. The other thing that I would also stress to clients is make sure that you have a solid HR global template. Understand not only the data that you need to send over now for your existing processes, but also think future, in the future, what do we want to do? So make sure that whatever integration that you're building, not only does it accommodate you now, but it can also accommodate future needs as well.
The ease of use factor, right? I mean, that's SuccessFactors' biggest selling point. I mean,
absolutely.
Watching that demo with Lars yesterday at the end there, I mean, your HR people must have been pretty excited when they saw what they could do. I mean, it was so much easier than the past.
Well, absolutely. It's just with the usability, so there's a couple of things from an end usability standpoint. One, for your customers, which are our people for our company, their usability, it's intuitive. A lot of times you have a lot of casual users from an HR perspective. Some people only log into the system maybe a couple times a year, for performance evaluations and for compensation evaluations. And so you don't want them to have to relearn be retrained every time. So you want something that's intuitive and easy for them to use. And then the other part of usability is the reporting functionality and our super users, our HR administrators, and some of our business leaders, and the ability to produce reports and forms that are very graphic in nature and that allow them to visually see their talent within their organization.
Right. Well, fascinating. Thank you very much for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Up next, will be 2 more interviews coming, and be sure to stay online at asugonline.com as well as asugnews.com. Thank you.